to other people, right? And also in his country, if any neighbor country, like refugees or war or something, come over to his land, he welcomes them and never make any trouble, right? He will not use tear gas to throw them out of a country, for example. He will not send helicopter to spray poisonous water on top of them so that they will crawl around and suffer. Yeah. So this is a very good king. Yeah. So under his rule, every one of his subjects lives like in heaven, and anyone who happened to come to immigrate to his land, he welcomes, take care of them, and accept them as one of their country member. Yes. So that's why this king has steered the attention of heaven. Now there are some spy, heavenly spy, coming down to this earth and watch with their telescope and UFO. And then they know what he's doing, so they flew back home, heaven, and talked to the king of heaven. They say, Your Majesty, down there, in the planet Earth, there is a king whose name is so and so. Let's call him Compassion King, right? Because his name is Compassion. There's a king called Compassion, very virtuous, very magnificent, very lofty, very noble, very generous, very wise, very intelligent, very kind, very loving, and everything beautiful and virtuous about him. Everyone loved him. Now we are worried that this kind of king, because of his great virtues and great merit, he might, after he died, he might go up here and become a very great God. You see, in heavenly hierarchy or hierarchy? Hierarchy. There are different gods. You see, there is one Almighty God and different gods. Just like when you go out in the street, you see some people bow to some local god, that they call Thủ Tý Công. Huh? This is God. This is the god of the land, small area. Yeah. So now they are afraid. These angel people afraid that the heavenly people are afraid that this king will, after he died, he will go up to heaven and snatch away their position. Understand? So they was very afraid. This God, this God that the spy had reported to is one of the gods only. You see, one of the gods of the heaven. It's not the Almighty God. You understand what I mean? So he was also worried. He is afraid that after the Shakyamuni Buddha died, he comes up and he will snatch the position of him, of his. And then he will lose his position. After he worry like that, he will told one of his general, he say, down there on the earth, there's a king who has so much compassion and love. I'm afraid that he has too much merit in his store, good karma. Yeah. When he come up, maybe he snatch my position. So now you go down and try to stop him. Now you take a biggest UFO, and bring a few, ET, good ET, extraterrestrial, good one, and a dozen of robots, yes, and go down there and try to stop him. First, you try to use tricks, and if it doesn't work, then you kidnap him into the UFO and let me have a look at him. Okay, that's why they take so many guns, you know, the frozen gun and the ET and the UFO and other good and strong robots. Robot? Yes. Now, he told the general what to do. He said, now you go down there and you you transform yourself into a pigeon. You know the pigeon, the bird? Yes. And then you pretend to get wounded and bleeding all over. And then you fly to the king's palace and ask him for help. And then another general should transform into an eagle who hunt after the pigeon and ask for his meat. And if the king wants to protect the pigeon, then the king should cut his meat, his own meat, and feed you. So then you're satisfied, and then you will leave the pigeon alone. But when he begins to cut his meat, you should use your magical power and make the pigeon become very, very heavy, so that, because you will demand that the meat he cut is equal in measure, in weight, yeah, with the pigeon's meat, yeah. But when you make the pigeon very heavy, so that doesn't matter how much flesh the king cut, it's never enough, so he can cut all his body. And now after he cut a lot of meat, the king will feel very bad, very sorry, and he regret to do it. And once he regrets that he has done it, all his merit is gone. So take care. You give somebody something, give it and forget it. Don't ever regret it. Because if you give it and you regret it, you lose the business. Understand? You also lost the money and lost the merit and waste your time. So better just give it and forget about it. That's why Jesus said to you, if you give somebody something from the right hand, don't let the left hand know it. Or vice versa, I don't remember which hand, but it's supposed to be like that, right? And also the Buddha said to us, when you give, it's just like you don't give. That is a true giving, right? So all of you can do that already, right? I know. When you give, it's like you don't give, right? Correct? Really? Oh, really? Can I have proof? Yeah? Suppose you give me $1, that means you don't give anything? Okay, that's why you never give me. Because you say, Master said give, just like don't give. No. He means when you give, do not attach to the giving. Give just like you have never given anything, just like it's never happened. That is a true giving. That means give without attachment. That is a true giving. Otherwise, we still think we are great. We give something. We are better than that one because we are in position of power. Give to him. Understand what I mean? That's why I always tell you, whatever you do, you must understand it is for yourself. Really. It's not for the one who receives. That would be better. Because that means you do it for your own growth of compassion and loving kindness, not because you do any favor to anybody else. Okay? So these heavenly generals took the biggest UFO and brought a few dozen of robots armed with machine guns, tear gas, probably pepper fork, and freezing machine gun, etc., and come to the earth where this compassion king lived. And then, so that's what they do. According to the the small god's instruction. One transformed himself into a pigeon, and another transformed himself to an eagle, and then chasing each other and fell into the palace. Now the pigeon came to the king and said, "Please protect me. Please help me. Please rescue my life, because the eagle want to eat me." Yes. And I have children, I have husband, I have mother, brother, sister, blah, 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 and in Vietnam. Now the king said, "Of course, I protect you. Come into my sleep and rest there. And I will bring medicine for you, and then you'll be okay. And when the eagle comes, I will not let him harm you." Right. Now, the eagle comes. Of course, their teamwork. They come and say, "King, give my prey back to me. Belong to me." Yeah. And the king said, "No, please don't do it. He's so weak and wounded now, and he's weaker than you. You should fight with someone at your equal strength. You should not abuse the small and weak and powerless. He is under my protection. I will protect him forever. You should not touch him. Whatever else you want, I give to you." And the eagle, of course, say, "Only want the pigeon, nothing else." Well, but the king is persistent in protecting the pigeon. So the eagle said to him, "Oh, all right, since you are so good and loving, I will make a deal with you. If you cut your meat in equal with the weight of the pigeon and give to me to eat to satisfy my hunger, because I'm hungry, then I will just forget the pigeon and he belong to you. All right?" So the king said, "Of course, no problem. I will do that." So now the eagle said, "Then you have to put the pigeon in a scale, on the scale, and then wait. You cut your meat and just wait every time until it's equal." So the king did just that. And when he cut his meat, he did not feel regret, and he does not let out any complaint or, repenting or regretting in his heart. But he kept cutting and cutting, and always the pigeon seems like to get in heavier and heavier, but he still keep cutting it. But when he sees that it's not enough, he keep cutting until there's no more flesh left on his body. But still, he never felt regret. Yes. Then he said to his attendant, say, "Oh, maybe you should cut also my bones and my brain inside to put it on the scale, so that is enough for the eagle. Otherwise, the pigeon will be harmed." That's what he told his attendant. At that time, the god, small god, maybe first level god, astral god, Who else could be so jealous and lousy and small-minded like that? Okay. So now, the god in heaven used extra fine lens of also binocular, watch and see that the king was truly compassionate and sincere. At that time, he is very touched, so he used another UFO, extra supersonic, flew down to the earth and saw the king there. He said, "Why did you do this?" He asked the king, "Why did you do this?" The king said, "Because I feel that I am not so important. My body and my possession is nothing if it could exchange some happiness to someone else. Because to me it's nothing. But if this can help someone else to gain happiness, then I will always give." So the king of heaven, the heavenly king, the god, astral god, was very touched, so that he used his magical power to heal the whole body of the king. Yes. And then he asked the king, what do you wish to become? If you sacrifice yourself so much, what is your aim? What is your motive? You know, it's just like sometimes people ask me, what is my motive when I try to help the refugees? Do I want some money from them? You know, I said, yes, they have a lot of money. I said, the refugees is world famous for richness, so I'm waiting for their money. Okay, so now, the king say, no, the god asked him, do you want to become a god like me? That's why you practice so much virtues and goodness? And the king shook his head and said, no, 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 I don't want your kingdom. I don't want your position. And God asked further, do you want a kingdom higher than mine? You know, the second level perhaps, yeah. A karma level king? You want it? Brahma? The king shook his head. No, 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 I don't want it. And then great Brahma, the king of the three worlds, is that the position you want? Is that your motive? That's why you have charity and you be kind to every being. Is that your motive, that you want to become king of the three worlds, the Brahma? The king shook his head and said, nay, 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 nay. I said, then what do you want? Why are you doing so much? He said, I don't want nothing. I just want to help people. And if I ever want, then I want to be one with God, you know, become Buddha. That's all I want. Now, now the king of the astral region signed a very long, heave a long sigh. You know. I said, oh, thanks God. Thanks God, you know. Oh, now he knows that it's not his position that the compassion king wants. So now he feels very happy and relaxed. Okay, now I know your real goal. I'm very sorry that we have inflicted suffering upon you, but this is our test to see whether you are truly, truly loving and kind, or you are just doing a little charity in order to gain merit, and then you become a heavenly king or something, some kind of in the heavenly hierarchy position. So we were jealous also, and we tried to stop you. But now we see that you are determined and you are sincere in your effort to help all beings. So we are very touched, and we will help you. Or whatever you want, just tell us. Yeah, we will always stand by and support you. So, if you want to help the refugees, I will help you also. So the king said, no, no problem. In our country, we don't have any refugees. But maybe in Taiwan, there's a Master Ching Hai. She wants to help the Vietnamese refugees. So maybe you bring the refugees to my land, and I will take care of them. Yes. But up to now, I don't know where this king lives. And I don't know where his country is. So maybe you try to locate him for me. And then we will bring the refugee from Hong Kong or Philippines, you know, place over there. They will be safe, right? They will have enough to live their life in dignity, as all human beings should do. So please locate this king and this country for me. All right? I have forgotten the main point of the story, yeah, is that as I told you, as I saw some of the representative this evening, before I met you, we had a meeting with the contact person all over the world, yeah? And I scolded them, some of them, sometimes, yes. But other time I tell stories. So maybe 1 hour meeting, half an hour scold and half an hour story. So it's equal. It's like the pigeon and the meat. Now, in this, one of the things I told them is that when we help somebody, that is when we help ourselves. It is not, I told them something about for example, the Vietnamese refugees, right? When we help them, it's not necessary that we do help them, but we help ourselves to elevate our compassion and our conscience, and don't let it go to sleep, and don't let us regret over the right thing. Because when we do something right, we are not afraid if the whole universe go against us. And if we do something wrong, even in front of one baby, we should feel ashamed and afraid. Understand? Now, according to this story, then what I told them is correct. You see? Because now you see, sometimes the heavenly beings, they're very mischievous. They transform themselves into all kinds of beings and to make us trouble, right? To test our ability to react, whether right or wrong. So some other times I have also told you that the Vietnamese refugees are maybe the saints or the heavenly beings. They incarnate here in order to help us, to help the world, to learn the lesson of love and brotherhood. Yes. Also to help us spread the Kuan Yin method, right? Yeah. And so maybe according to this story, it is correct. So maybe we have to check whether the Vietnamese are sent by UFO. One of the gods upstairs to send it down to test the Kuan Yin practitioner, to test the compassionate people of this world, the charitable organization of this world, the human rights organization of this world, and Amnesty Human Rights of this world, whether they truly, sincerely pursue their ideal of lofty compassion and love. Understand? So we have to be careful. Maybe we must remember what we want, and we must know what is right. And what is right, we do it to the end. Doesn't matter how many countries against us, we will do it. Thank you, thank you. When we do something, it's not necessary that we always have success. It's not important. The important thing is that we sincerely do it. You know, just like the king in the story. The end is not important. It wasn't the true purpose that the pigeons should be saved or the eagle should be fed with the human flesh of the king. But the important point is that he did it wholeheartedly, non-regrettingly. You understand? That's what a human being should measure himself as a human standard. Because whatever right, what benefit others, we should just do it. We do not have to consider whether it brings any benefit to us or any reward from heaven or anything like that. That is what we should do when we carry out charitable actions. Just do it because it's right, you see. So actually, in this universe, sometimes we have discovered that things in this world are just like theater, right? Everything comes, everything goes, and there's nothing really that's so true about everything. But nevertheless, We have been born in this human flesh, and we know the feeling, know the suffering, and know the happiness. So we try to share happiness with other people as much as we can, and with other beings as much as we can. That is a duty of a human being. It doesn't matter what we did, if what we do brings success or not. We just have to do it because it's our duty. Because we never know whether these people are real suffering or they are being from heavens. But we have to do it as our human ability and loving compassion compels us to do. Yeah? So, thank you. In India, when everyone comes to a person's house, they treat him as God. If you come to an Indian person's house, they will treat you as God because of this kind of story. India is full of this kind of story. That's why they treat guests as heavenly sent. So whatever they have in their house, you can have. They will give you anything you need. At least their food, they share with you. Even if they sometimes go hungry, they will give it to you. Because they say you never know who is God that comes to your door. They treat every visitor as God. Yeah? This is also very wise. Yes. Because at the end, it's not the one who received that receives. It is the one who gives that is the one who receives. It is paradoxical, but it is like that. Because in the West we have similar story, that one person died and went to heaven, and then God doesn't give him anything in heaven, but want to send him to hell. And the person complains, say, why? I love you all my life. I recite your names all the time. I sing hallelujah. I read the Bible. I go to the church every Sunday and every other festival day. And I don't eat meat on Friday. I only eat fish and fat and eggs. For example, yes. I obey every of your commandments. I can recite it to you. I learn it by heart. Obey every of your commandments. I can recite it to you. I learn it by heart. Now why you send me to hell? God said, for sure you read my Bibles. For sure you learn by heart my commandment. For sure you go to the church. I know everything, but you do not love me. And the person was very surprised. Say, why? Why is that? You say I don't love you. I go to the church, I read the Bible, I recite your name. Why you say I don't love you? God say, you don't love me in action. And the person was more puzzled. He said, but why is that? Can you please explain? And God say, you don't love me because when I come to you, when I was hungry, I come to your door, I ask you for food, you did not give me. When I was thirsty, come to your house and want some Coca-Cola, 7-Up, you did not give me. I want some bread, you did not give me. And when I was cold, I come knock at your door, you did not give me clothes, you did not give me shelter. You throw me out again into the cold. And when I was sick, you did not take care of me. You did not give me medicine. And you throw me out so that you don't have to see me. So how can you say you love me? So the person asked God again, but for God's sake, when did ever you come to my house in such a condition? Whenever have you come to my house? And how come you come to my house hungry, thirsty, cold and poor and sick. Can you tell me? And God said, yes, I came to you in the form of my children. When one of my children come to you in the form of a beggar, he wants some food. You did not give to him. Another beggar on the passerby on the road, he happened to lose his money and he lost the way and he wants some drink. You did not give to him. And another person sick next to your neighbor of you, the sick. And then he asks you for some medicine, some money to buy some medicine, to help, and then you did not give it to him. And there was a child who get lost, who has no parents, who were victim of the war, who run into your feet, beg for your shelter, for some clothing and a place to sleep, and you did not accept him. That were me. That was me, God, that came to your door. And now, how can you say you love me? This is the story of many people, of the Vietnamese refugees, of the Bosnia refugees, of the Rwanda, of the Africa's people, of many of our brothers and sisters in this planet. It happened, the story comes into being because we do not look after each other. Doesn't matter how many refugees there are in this world, if each family take care of one person, it's gone. No more refugees. Long time ago, no refugees. Nothing of such would exist. You understand? And, all right. I wanted to cry too when I tell this story. But if I cry, then you cry, and all of us cry. And then the hotel will have to send some drying machine here. Because we can cry a great deal, I know. I know that in Hong Kong. Yeah. The Hong Kong government nearly prepare kind of a drying machine because we nearly flood the colony with our tears last time. Now we have how many billions of people on earth? Huh? 4 or 5? Huh? 6 trillion? Huh? 5 billion? Uh-huh. Now 5 billions of people, and only not even 100,000 of refugees, or maybe more around the world. But some are quickly settled down, you know. Some are, the country changed quickly, but some do not change. Therefore, left over, not that many. But still, we have so much problem. For example, we have about left over about 40 to 50,000 Vietnamese refugees only around the world. But the whole world cannot take care of these few. Instead, beating them, kicking them, and making them shed blood and tears, wounding their body and mind. This is really not a human standard. We're near hell if we treat each other like that. Our atmosphere is coming to hell if we continue this way. Because only in hell there is such atmosphere that we torture each other, abusing each other, and beating each other. Heaven, they don't have this. And human world shouldn't be that bad. You understand what I mean? So there are different levels of living standard. And if we lower our standard, then we become near animals or devils. That's how hell is created. And then now there's Ravada refugees. They're killing each other. 2 tribes killing each other. And most of us do not help. Well, I have written letter to UN asking if we can help with manpower and finance. Finance we will send if they accept. And manpower, maybe I have to ask you if they accept. Is all right with you? You remember, huh? Now you promise, huh? Write out all the names of the participants, their address, telephone number, fax number, property lot number. So I'll check it out, whether they're sincere or not. Otherwise, I will send a UFO spy and make a pigeon out of you. Okay, you see, today I have told the representative many things. You were not present. But I couldn't plan that. It wasn't planned. You see what I mean? I told them to come up, have a meeting with me, originally, not to scold them. But then when it comes out, something, I have to check them. You can listen to that tape later. There's no secret. I don't scold behind anybody's back, so don't worry. But one of the things I have realized is that you are no different from outside people, from the non-disciple people. So don't be proud of yourself. You are a little bit better. You know why? The only difference between you and the non-disciples is that you have a teacher. Who tells you what direction you should take when you hesitate between right and wrong. Who tell you to stick to your righteous way of living when you waver and want to retreat to the easy way. Who tells you not to walk over the frontier of the negative power when there is more profit, more fame, more power over there. That is the only difference. That's the only thing that you have. Other people, they don't have a friend, or a teacher, a friend, who tell them to stick to their good decision, to keep their virtuous way of thinking, to keep their lofty way of life. That's the only difference. If nobody tells them, they forget. And also they are swayed, they're persuaded, and they're dragged into the old habitual thinking of a negative action, negative thinking, of the easy way out, of forgetting everyone else suffering, just take care of myself, selfishness. This is very easy to do. That's why some of you, the disciples, in time of trial, in time of facing test, you failed. See? But if you have a friend, good friend next to you, encourage you, point out to you the right direction, confirming with you your good intention, then you're okay, you're stable. You understand what I mean? That is the only good thing about a teacher, about a friend. Otherwise, we are no different than anyone else. Today I really realize that. Because some of you, sometimes I ask you to do something good for other people, to sacrifice a little for other people. You don't want to do it. Because why? Because nobody else in the world want to do it. Not many people in the world want to sacrifice their property, their time, their energy, their faith, maybe their life, their security, to help any other beings that has no relation with him, and nothing to do with him, and no profit in the future in return. Then you refuse me, yes. But Just like many outside people would refuse. Many, not all of them, huh? Not all of them, huh? Many of them are good, huh? Maybe better than you, huh? So be careful. So now, you refused, like many outside would refuse. But the only difference is that after I tell you the logic, after I tell you why you should do it, then you listen. You know, yeah, that's right. That is correct. Yeah, now I know. Maybe I have thought about it before, but it was too troublesome, so I didn't want to follow it. Now you tell me, I know I should follow it. You understand? So that's the only difference, because you have me to tell you. But if you don't have someone to tell you like that, you continue easy way, you know? You push aside all kind of sacrifice and troublesome matter so that you can enjoy your life better and you do your things and you do not bother about the suffering next door. So that's why today I realized that the good friend, you know, a good friend is really, really important. Really important. So take care whom you're with. Yeah. The only difference is that because you listen, okay? And outside people, they don't listen. Or they don't have a friend who has time for them, who keep telling them again and again a virtuous way of life, a lofty way of living. Understand? Oh, okay. Now, there is a story about a beggar. There is a person who is a millionaire in his hometown. Yeah. But he is very, 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 very stingy. Yes. So everything he has, he stick somewhere in the cupboard or dig a hole in the earth and hide it. No one, even himself, knows where it is. So in this way, he doesn't have to spend it. Huh? So he's very, very stingy. He never give anybody a penny. Don't talk about refugees or Red Cross, okay? He don't want to hear these kind of things. He want to keep his money intact. And about spending in the house, he's also very, 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 very expert in stingy. So his wife, his children, his mother, brother, sister, everybody miserable. Yeah. One day, there was a beggar came into his door and want a piece of gold from him. He has a lot of gold, a lot of gold. But of course, these millionaires kick him out and tell his disciples, no, his subordinates, yeah, workers in his family, throw him out. Yeah. Next day, he come back again, want the same thing, a piece of gold from him. So, and then the millionaire also kicked him out, throw him out, and thing like that. But next day he come again, and again, and again, and again, day after day, month after month, year after year. Wow, he really practiced patience. Huh? He must have meditated or something, that he is so persistent. Patient endurance is one of the virtues that the Buddha teach his disciple, right? Of the sixth perfection, one of it. But year after year like this, one day the millionaire are so fed up with him. Finally, cut a piece of gold, very small, gave it to him. Well, you should learn from this lesson, huh? Whatever you want to do, persist, and maybe you will succeed. Okay. Then this beggar was very, very happy. Wow. He jumped around and sing hallelujah, and then he took his piece of gold into his bosom and then went back to his place, went to sleep. He put his piece of gold next to him, on top of his meditation cushion, and went to sleep. And after he woke up, no more. Of course, huh? Maybe another initiate thinks it's a play toy. I'll bring it back home or something. Oh, he lived alone. So somebody else took it. Don't know who took it. Next day, because he just slept anywhere, you know, he slept in front of a supermarket, he slept under the bridge, and he slept in front of a theater, he slept in the empty field, anywhere. So he put a piece of gold there, and then people took it away. Next day he came back again and wants another one. Asked the millionaire for another piece of gold. And the millionaire said, "But why? I just gave you one yesterday. What did you do with it?" And the man said, "Yeah, yesterday I had it, I put it beside me, and I just closed my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, it's gone." So today I have to come back again for another piece. After the millionaire heard this, he suddenly become immediate enlightenment. He has immediate enlightenment. He realized that, you know, the things of this world, you have it now, you don't have it tomorrow. Today you have it, tomorrow you don't have it. Or you have it now, later you don't have it. He suddenly somehow became enlightened about the detachment that we should have concerning all the possession in this world. And after that, he changed his behavior. He began to give charity to people. He began to, you know, live a very relaxed and normal life. He does not cling to gold and money anymore. So the people around him thought that the beggar was one of a heavenly being who transformed himself into a human physical body in order to teach this millionaire a lesson of detachment and maybe enlightenment. Who knows, huh? Who knows? Okay, that's it. These books are really my benefactor, my teacher. After I read this book, I'm also enlightened. I also become very detached. I don't cling to money and gold anymore because I don't have any. Yeah. I wasn't born with any gold, so, and I will not go with any gold. So whatever I have is yours. It belongs to the world. Just like I take it from here and give it there. Same with every of us. Same with every of us. And we take water from the river, put it in the water tank, and then the water tank will distribute to the whole village or town. We should live our life just like a water tank. Whatever we have, yeah, is for distribution. We are one of the receiver only. You know what I mean? Yes. Therefore, there is no... I have a lot of money, you know, but I never consider I have any. As you know, it is very relaxing. You don't worry, all right? Because you already don't consider it is yours. So whether it's there or not there, it doesn't matter. Because you cannot eat more than you can digest. You cannot wear more than your body can carry. Besides, wearing all kind of these fancy clothes is very tiring. You know that, huh? All right? It's only to sell. So I see you tomorrow, huh? Oh, you want to speak? Fine. Yeah.
There, now we're fine. I won't speak long tonight But
okay.
you've been such gracious hosts that you've about worn us out. So I'll save what I have to say for another night when I'm not quite so tired.
It's all right.
But thank you for everything.
You're
and
welcome.
We're enjoying
Very
it.
welcome.
And
Sorry,
I would say just one thing to all of you. Everything she's telling you is true. You've got to reach out.
Thank you for your support. I need it. Yes. Sorry that I could not personally take care of you and other guests. And I'm sure that you would understand and forgive us. But we welcome. You know, she's one of the American guests. They came all the way from Iowa, 24 hours flight, non-stop, to come to Hong Kong. They came to Hong Kong to accompany me to come back to Taiwan, together with Mr. Chân. The three of them are the one who went through a lot of trouble to come to Hong Kong. Apart from her job and his job, they have to They came because they want to uphold human rights, uphold human dignities, and to support our work spiritually, mentally, and physically in order to bring back heavenly atmosphere to this earth, in which every and each of our brothers and sisters share equal dignity and peaceful life. You stand up so that I can see you. This is Chen Honggang. 他是你们台湾的人. He's Formosan citizen. In the middle. He worked very hard to promote peace in the world, especially good relationship between America and Formosa. And this is Barbara Finch. Yeah, Barbara Finch, yes. And her most beloved gentleman, yeah. Same name, same name. They're working for human rights, yeah? So when you know the name of the wife, you don't need to know the name of the husband, okay? Same. Second. Second. And that one. Quick.
Mentioned a moment ago about everyone should have a friend. This is my best friend that I brought along with me. My husband, Chuck.
See, I don't know if he's a good friend to you, but I know that you are a good friend to him. Because I told my attendants that I was very touched the way both of you are faithful with each other and treat each other. I told them, I wish that I see every couple like this. You are a shining example of a good, holy, sacred marriage relationship. I congratulate you above every other thing. 个郑中义太大了。他们两个人，你们知道3个人知道了啊。So I have to come down in the real person. You might go for it. Because the hotel is already very big, but it couldn't be big for too many thousands of people, you know. So we have to upstairs and downstairs. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. So I have to, after talking, I come down and comfort them. Okay. 现在师傅有工作啦。OK。